Hey, welcome back to Quick Looks at the Casual Hour. My name is Bobby. Joining me today for this special look at Stray, this is the game we're on the go, Chase Kennedy. I am equally nervous as I am excited to show you this today.
Well, I mean, you've never led me astray before.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
So let's, it's good. It was good. I walked right into it. Let me just, before you tell us about what Stray is, I'm going to put a little thing right now at the beginning of this. There will obviously be some sort of spoiler-esque. I'm going to try my best to keep it light here. I have completed this game. That was my hour count to beat the game, 4 hours and 50 minutes. I'm going to select a chapter. We're going to go back towards the first slum or village that you come across for this quick look. But just a heads up, there'll obviously be some stuff that might spoil the game for you. And
yeah, this is a short game. It's an adventure game. It's got some puzzle elements to it. Showing off any part of this game is definitely going to be spoiling it a little bit. But I have wanted to see the cyberpunk cat game, and Bobby's got it. So let's see what we're working with here.
What do you know about the developers and all the stuff behind this game, Chase?
I know it's developed by Blue 12 Studio. Blue 12, I don't know of anything else they've made. It's published by Annapurna. We definitely know a lot of things that Annapurna has worked on here.
Yes.
Big fans. This came out July 19th of 2022. It's on Steam and PlayStation. I believe you're playing it on the PlayStation, correct?
Yes, playing this on PlayStation 5.
It is $30.
Also included, if you upgrade to one of those new tiers of the PlayStation Plus membership.
Yeah, I think it's called Extra for the...
Yeah, Extra.
So that's second tier, or the higher one is the Premium or Deluxe or whatever they're calling it. But if you have Essential, then you still got to pay money for this game.
So pretty early into the game, I'd say around the 30 to 40 minute mark of playing, you're going to end up here in the slums. And this is really the first time that you're interacting with these robots. You end up in a city area due to a series of events, and that has led you to encountering a little robot friend for yourself named B12. And you two have wound up here where you get to start to meet some of these folks that speak a very cryptic language. Zerk is the threat of the game.
Okay.
So organic life is gone at this point in time, so seeing a cat is rather strange.
Mm-hmm.
And there's ways that you can learn about the fallout pretty early in the game, and you can also figure out what is this robot race doing, why are they wearing human clothes, and what the hell is this cat doing with a robot. Some very obscure thoughts if you think about it, but they do a really cool job of giving you insights as to why there are cultures, and even in some cases high society, which is wild to think about. So let's talk about the mechanics of the game really quick. You are playing this as a cat. It feels fantastic. Playing this on a PlayStation with a DualSense, there's all kinds of great uses of that technology, from purring to hearing vibrations when you rub up against things, knock things over. One of the things too, using the speaker, there's a button on the controller that lets you activate the meowing from your controller as well, but you can just meow people, and
Sure.
Sometimes there's going to be different reactions to that. So
Not since 50 Cent's Blood on the Sand was there just a button to say a thing.
Sometimes when you meow, things like that happen. And
Okay.
so you can go up and talk to all these robots. They have names, and what you're looking at, this is kind of it from how you would interact with things. So you found this postcard. That's the only item that I have right now, and that's the interaction. So I can turn on a flashlight with B12 and have that when I'm navigating. We found this postcard, so this is how you would interact with folks. You'll grab that, you'll push up, and then it'll give you just a rundown of what they would say based off the item that you showed them, or they'll be like, hey, I can't use that item. Okay. So it is an adventure game, as you called out. You are going to be grabbing items from time to time, and hey, I have this item, I gave it to this person, and now they gave me something else in return that I can go and give to somebody else. What you did see there, let me hop back down. There is no dedicated jump button, but there is, anytime you go to an area that you can interact with, you're going to see jump or X here in this case.
Okay, some context sensitive stuff.
Oh yeah, which I think is cool, because I could see the game does a really good job on design. So do you see those lights up there? I'll just call this out for everybody watching. Anytime you see a string of lights, that means that you can navigate up towards it. Okay. So if you follow, the game does like a lot with verticality, and that has a lot to do with just being a cat for one, but you find yourself looking up quite a bit in the game. So as I make my way through here, we'll find new things that we can go. Oh, did not mean to jump all the way down.
So maybe like some Mirror's Edge qualities where, you know, it's trying to give you some indicators in the level design itself on where you should be going.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can come up here and you'll find little nuances. So one of the things I absolutely love in this game is some of the interactivity that you can do as the cat. And this area, anytime that you can lay down in the game and take a little cat nap. I'm gonna let this play out for a second.
Okay.
Because it's just incredible.
Is there any gameplay relevant stuff to this, or it's just, hey, you can do the cute cat things?
You can do the cute cat things, but the slow pull that happens every time you do it, there's usually going to be a change in the soundtrack, which the soundtrack of this game is just absolutely phenomenal. It's just going to pull out and give you this really picturesque view of the level design.
This does seem like, you said picturesque there, this seems like a photo mode bait kind of game.
Dude, I've gotten so many. I've already changed most of my devices to wallpapers I've made from this game. This is like absolutely my type of thing. Like the whole feel that they're going for in it, I just dig so much. And again, I'm not doing anything, but on my controller right now, it's vibrating in a purring pattern, and I can hear purring coming from the controller microphone, which is a nice little thing. The game is full of moments like this that, like, on a quick look, you're probably like, why is this guy letting me watch this? But I'm telling you, these moments in the game after like some pretty intense things happen, or maybe a tough conversation, it just puts some things into perspective about where you're at and why you're there.
Gives you a little palate cleanser to kind of reset yourself.
But the crazy thing too is that like you don't have to do any of this. Like this is just if we didn't go up to the roof, like you could have moved past this and not seen it at all. So anyway, you hit done, nap's over, and you're back in to stretching and being a cat. And one of the cool things about being a cat is that you can do a little fast traveling in buckets.
Yeah, like all cats do.
Like all cats do. So as we talk to that person, we're trying to get information about this postcard that we found. And if you press down on the D-pad, you get the Navi treatment here with B12. Don't hesitate to call me anytime. I'm here to help. The Guardian told us to talk to Momo up in the big building with the orange neon sign. He's the only lead we've got for getting out of here. So that's it. You don't have a compass. You don't have a HUD. You can also translate signs and get an idea of like where certain things are going to be at. That will help out later on. But it said big orange sign. So if I came out here and got... Oh, that looks like a spot.
Are you just up there?
I was just up there.
Can you take the bucket back up, or is it only one way?
One way.
Okay. So you're trying to leave the city? Is that the motivation here?
Yes, not, okay. And you don't realize that right away. Again, like you end up in the city in a very peculiar fashion, but once you're there, you stumble into some things, and you get to meet B12 there, and B12 tells you, "Hey, we need to get the hell out of here." And if you look up, they make a comment to it, but like, those aren't stars. That is a think Midgar.
Okay, so it's just like a big roof. Big
yeah,
ceiling.
like that's an elevator that just goes up to one layer that goes up to another. So, so everybody here has like the sky is more or less a myth to them. Like, oh, that doesn't exist. That was an old wise tale. Like, there's nothing outside, and that is a pretty big catalyst for making you want to get the hell out of here and do some other things. I think the character design in this game is just so good, and they'll make some noises, but like even from just a storytelling standpoint, some really memorable characters, in my opinion. So we are going to meet Momo here. So we're going to show him that photo. All right. So he's telling us, hey, my friends and I, we all had these notebooks. I bet you can find out more information about where they're at, what's going on. So Clementine, Zabalcer, Doc, and Momo. And that's what they look like. Pretty cool dudes. So now we're left with... Oh, hang on a second. Let me sharpen my claws up a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
This does nothing for the story here.
It seems like a bit of a dick move just to mess up somebody's rug like that.
Oh, you know, they haven't seen a cat for a while, if ever. But a lot of it's just going to be slinking around, trying to research, figure some things out.
The platforming is really interesting to me as a way to recontextualize these spaces. Like, to get into this person's place, you had to kind of go through like that balcony that had like a gate around it.
Yeah.
And if you were like a regular person, you wouldn't be able to get through that. But you're a tiny little cat. I find the platforming stuff to be really interesting to look at an environment and to have to think about it differently from how you would normally think about it, because you see gates and balconies and things like that all the time, but they just work differently in our world because we're humans, not cats. I think that's really cool.
I mean, like this stack of books. Of course, a cat would hop up on that.
Yeah, it's a very cat-like thing to do. Can you knock stuff off a shelf?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not everything, but there are things that you can. Let me see if there's anything here that I can mess with. Nothing there. Anything over here that we can get? Nothing there.
Okay.
But yeah, knocking stuff off shelves. Actually, there is something right out here that we can knock over, which is pretty good. Let me show you this little thing here. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. Just being a nuisance.
Being a little damn nuisance cat. We're going to take a quick cat elevator down. Let me hop out of that. We're going to go back over here. I want to go down to this other guy. This is one really good thing that we'll show here as we're wrapping up.
Okay.
So they're hauling paint.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Why'd you do that, Bobby? He does not seem happy about his new paint job.
No, not in the slightest. We should probably go make sure that it's not terrible.
Yeah, make sure he's okay.
And we'll come down here.
I guess it's probably good that they don't have a dedicated jump button, because I feel like
people will try and like break it.
Yeah, but also there's probably something cinematic quality to it where if you can jump wherever you want, then this becomes a different kind of game. Oh yeah, he's a little grumpy.
So, one of the things about what we just did there, you don't have to do that in this game, but there's an item in this room. This is spoiler, I'm sorry, but
sure. I mean, this is some puzzle solving stuff. Yeah.
You need detergent for something that is just like purely from like, I want to. There's these memories here, so there's a few that I have not gotten in the game, but without really doing a lot of like time digging around, I got a good portion of the game. I did about 77% of the game.
About or exactly?
Exactly 77%.
Sorry.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you. God. Jesus Christ.
Are you about tired of this or exactly tired of this?
I've been tired of this. There's a guy here in town that you can trade with, and he's got a series of items that you'll need. Like, hey, if you want this, I need some detergent. And here he is down here. Been here. That cable looks awful nice. I wonder what he wants for it. Oh, he wants detergent. Interesting.
Why would you want cable?
Well, now we have cable. And I leave that up to you and those fine folks that maybe want to play this game. Why would you need cable?
Zelda bartering thing where you're just swapping a bunch of stuff back and forth?
Essentially.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to show off like the other notebooks and like how this all starts to play out, because it really just takes off. Like, this game has one speed, in my opinion, that you move at a pretty fast. I mean, I beat this game in like 4 hours, and there's 5 hours. Sorry, it's closer to 5.
And that's with all the napping you did.
With all the napping, all the photo taken. And again, I did not spend a ton of time trying to decipher where some of those memories are at, but I did try my best that anytime I could talk to somebody in the game, I talked to them, and that it's worth it. You hear some really cool stuff. There's a lot of great personality that they wrote into these characters, and there's some really sweet and tender moments that you can do with these characters and interacting with them. But like this, I mean, like, very sweet.
Oh yeah, the sweetest.
But Stray has been one of my favorite games I've played this year. It really left a mark on me, and I think it says a lot without saying much at all at times, but just a really cool story, very heartfelt, great adventure, just an awesome romp, worth your time for sure. So we mentioned it's $30. It's out on PlayStation, it's out on PC. We play video games twice a week over on Twitch. Not really of the likes of Stray, but strategy games, racing games, puzzle games, sure. Mondays and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Central. We also talk a lot about games Wednesday nights at 10:30 p.m. for our podcast, The Casual Hour, right there on Twitch. But quick looks like the one you're watching, we put these up twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays on YouTube. So like, subscribe, follow, whatever you need to do to hang out with us here at The Casual Hour, because we would love to have you around. Chase, appreciate you taking a look at Stray with me. I think you should play this one. It's really good.
Sounds good.
And
yeah, probably will.
We'll talk to you all later on. Take care.